YouTube, what the crap's going on? Heir of the Cold Bloods here, and Gorok is coming to you up against the Vampire Counts. I got a Strigoi Vampire Lord here. Strigoi's a fun pick. They're a pretty tough character, albeit a little low on armor. They regen nicely and pack a nice punch. He's got some Crypt Horrors and a Terrorgeist. So that angry, angry bird for the vampires coming in, and it's supported by some fun units here. A lot of chaff infantry, so this is going to be a kind of, very somewhat stereotypical vampire army. Tons of chaff, a couple of really strong goon units. I do like the pick of the dire wolves here. They're going to need something to answer these chameleon skinks. I love chameleon skinks. They're a very nice pick. So this is actually sent to me by Regina, who has been a longtime member of the community. Typically a player of the elves, but taking on the lizards here, so I'm sure that the old ones are very happy. She's got several units of feral cold ones on the left flank for some mobility, and they are protecting some Razordon hunting packs. Now, I would not underestimate Razordons. They are actually pretty strong in the current state of the game. Just skinks up the main line with the Star Chamber Guardians, which is a whole different level than those skinks. These guys are going to be very difficult to break. They provide Guardian to a unit around them, and like Gorok with Guardian is going to be very difficult to stop. The chameleon skinks over here wreaking havoc on the dire wolves. They are struggling to get in there, and then if they do engage too close to support, it could end up being bad. The Strigoi is also, so this is double Terrorgeist. Now the Lizardmen did not bring a lot of large targets. There is the skink priest over here, Lore of Beast, that could be the object of affection for these Terrorgeists. They also have breath attacks. It looks like Jar's going to make use of those attacks. He's lined up here in what looks like a pretty stereotypical breath attack formation, but I haven't seen it yet. One of the direwolves is already gone. Man, those chameleon skinks are just deleting them. And we're seeing the Razordons move over to maybe give a little bit of push on to the Strigoi and his boy here. I'm trying to catch the spells on Skink Priest here. Got Burning Alignment. Oh, that is an Engine of the Gods. So we have Burning Alignment. Wow. Yeah, Burning Alignment is absolutely brutal if it hits home. We got the transformation, so a Manticore summon as well. Wissen's Wild Form. Not have been what I expected. Usually Flock of Doom's what you see. Here's the Razordon pack pushing back the Terrorgeist. Like I said, I would not underestimate those units. They are dangerous. This Razordon pack has got some models stuck across the map, though. Star Chamber Guardians are going to be extremely tanky. Very difficult for the vampires to take down. Nothing that the vampires have here is going to like fighting the Star Chamber Guardians. I didn't look at the magic on the Strigoi. I do want to catch that real quick before we go any further. He has, let's see, Spirit Leech and Invocation. Okay, so let's check that out. Not bad spells to have for the vampires. And speaking of Spirit Leech, it's going down on Gorok. That is probably going to be the only damage he's getting done on Gorok when he's in the presence of those Star Chamber Guardians. Let's watch the Razordons closely here. Yeah, so the Terrorgeist is going to come in looking to get the Razordon hunting pack. Is that a Burning Alignment? Where's it? Oh my gosh, this is going to be brutal. Jar better get his troops out of the way. It went off kind of strange there. Came in just a hair late for Regina, which sucks. It must have gotten canceled or something. Yeah, it came in just a hair late. That Skink Priest almost cooked hundreds of skeletons there. I think the Razordons are going to get away. Here comes the summon to help hold the Terrorgeist and his buddy here. And the Cold One Riders and the Feral Cold Ones are diving into this match. See, some Crypt Horrors have busted through and are headed that way as well. I don't expect the Skinks are going to hold long here. However, Gorok and his Star Chamber Guardians, if they can keep this blob here, it'll be quite a long cooldown, but if they can keep the blob around, that Burning Alignment's got another chance to get in here and get the job done. Let's see if the Fellbats, so the Fellbats came after the Skinks, and it looks like I am missing one Chameleon Skink out there. Looks like maybe one Chameleon Skink. Oh my gosh, those Crypt Horrors melted over here. A lot of cavalry in, and they're getting pummeled, I think, by the Razordon pack, which can sit back. This is a great way to use Razordons. You'll notice that the cavalry was used to tarp hit some units and then hold some people in place for the Razordons to fire, giving them time to do some damage. Look at that damage they're dropping in on Strigoi. That was not insignificant. And then, like I said, over here, I told you these Star Chamber Guardians weren't going anywhere easy, and neither is Gorok. He is really tough, and he thrives in this kind of fight. He is very, very strong up in an unarmored infantry fight. So yeah, Spirit Leech is probably the only chance they've got of doing big damage there. It looks like the Manticore summon is down. The Strigoi is already getting close to his healing cap, so shows you how fast he can heal, but also shows you that the Lizards were doing some serious damage over here. And like I said, that Burning Alignment, if it comes back up, that was a good place to use the Breath Jar. Well done. The Star Chamber Guardians need to be the object of affection for those Terrorgeist breaths. That was well played. We got some skinks back here. There's some chameleon skinks, and then there's quite a few units that were over here that had chased off another unit of skinks. Let's see, the Razordons still in the game. Terrorgeist taking a lot of shots here. Oh yeah, here it comes. Vampires need to start running immediately. This is a long wind-up. They don't want to stand and take this. This is a lot of their chaff. And the burning space laser of the old ones just comes ripping through the vampire line. Here comes the next Manticore summon. Ooh, that hurt. That hurt bad. It didn't kill a lot of models, but it really put the hurt on. There's a lot of crumbling going on. I thought that was a nice try to save this fight from Jar, but he should have maybe been aware that that Burning Alignment was coming and tried to just leave some zombies in here temporarily and not give Regina that target. I think there's only 2 uses for the Burning Alignment, so I don't believe Regina gets any more. Look at the power bar here. Let's just think through what's left. There's a couple of Terrorgeists. Right now they're gooning on the Skink Priest. It's a good idea. There's still Razordons back here. If the Terrorgeist wanted to get after him, they probably could, but there's still a little bit of cavalry around. Not a lot, though. So it's possible the Terrorgeist could get in here and goon out these Razordons, but I mean, they lost so much chaff here, and the vampires are paying a dear price for it at the moment. Because without that chaff, the Crypt Horrors are getting chewed up. Gorok is just untouchable. He's up to 136 kills. I actually really like the pick of Gorok here for the Lizards. He takes away any mobility or special damage capability for the Lizards, but he adds in a target that is just so freaking hard for the vampires to kill. I like the Spirit Leech use on him early, because he isn't going to heal in this case. But at the same time, like, he is just going to be really, really hard to kill. This Terrorgeist is getting cooked over here by the Razordon pack. They're letting him have it. Razordons are also really good against infantry. But, I mean, there's no need in shooting at this vampire infantry. Regina's focusing on the large targets, and I think that's the right target to focus on. The infantry is not going to be your concern. Gorok could probably tank, hundreds of these infantry just by himself. And if you get rid of the Terrorgeist and the leadership here, it's going to be a big deal. Star Chamber Guardians, 215 kills. I'm curious what kind of value they got here. Probably not a ton of value because they're fighting against a lot of chat. I don't know, they did good. They did good. Those Terrorgeists that landed in there must have gotten beat up pretty bad by the Star Chamber Guardians. The Razordon pack getting kind of caught up by the Strigoi Lord here. They definitely don't want to do that. The Skink Priest routed, but may come back. We've got a Berserking Feral Cold One back here. Now, that Cold One could be slowed down by Gorok or the Skink Priest here, because they have the ability to kind of end the rampage. Still saying the power bar is roughly even, but I don't see the vampires coming back from this one. I'm struggling to see that. These Razordons are up in a fight that they shouldn't be in. They need to pull out of that, keep shooting. But they're running out of chaff, too. They're running out of ammunition, more importantly. I just don't see the vampires pulling this back, though. How do you get rid of Gorok with a heal-capped Strigoi? I don't think it's happening. Maybe? Because the vampire units don't rout. We'll see. The Razordons pulled out of that fight there. That was definitely the right move, because they've still got models left. Same thing here. There's some Skinks coming in to hold. Gorok's coming over to fight. He's a heck of a duelist. He does armor-piercing damage as well. Not that the Strigoi has a ton of armor, but it does have armor. Because of the Terrorgeist, the Strigoi doesn't really wear a lot of armor. Oof, yeah, that finished it. So, pretty interesting here to see a Razordon pack be some of the key units in this one. Not a unit that you see being so important, but I wouldn't underestimate the Razordons. They might be a little bit niche, but they can cause a lot of damage if left unchecked. They can be pretty brutal. So, they're a fun unit. I've tried using them myself a few times in multiplayer, and I typically have fun with it. They're a little tricky to defend. But I mean, that is, look at the damage value on this one right here, 3846. This thing was just cranking those poison barbed into the Terrorgeist and the Strigoi and the Crypt Horrors and the others. That is insane, the value given there. I bet Gorok's value, yeah, his is pretty tame at 180 kills because he was really just punching skeletons and zombies in the face the whole time. Good value, though, out of the Skink Priest. So that was also well played there. Let's look at the Cavalry. Not bad out of the Covenant Spirit Raiders. They cost 1,000, and you got over that out of them, so I'd say that was worth it. And these are cheap, too, so it doesn't take much to make a Feral Cold one worth it. So, nice play by Jar. I mean, you were pretty close, I think, here in a couple of spots. Didn't have a great answer to the Razordons because the Direwolves and Bats got chewed up early. I almost wonder if you pull back from the Chameleon Skinks early and then just kind of save those mobile units and throw them in at just the right moment when you need to pin something down and then come after it maybe. And then with the Engine of the Gods there, it's difficult because you kind of have to blob sometimes as the vampires. But right here, it was too many units and it allowed for the burning alignment. But a fun army. Cool to see the Strigoi Lord there. He doesn't get picked a ton, but definitely a capable Lord in terms of Vampire Lords. The Vampires have a ton of options. But I think you're doing good, Jar. I see a lot of continued growth as you play these matches, and Regina, it's a fun match there with the Razordons. Appreciate you sending this one over. Glad both of you are a part of the community, and appreciate the replay. HeirofCarthage is signing out for now. I'll see you all again soon with some more content.